Oh, well, helps if I don't put the seaweed in the air. Let's just pretend it's greenery. No, let's just get rid of it. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, 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 oi. Oh, oops, I had... Here, let's get this out of the way. Okay, there we go. That's a lot of seaweed. So I think that they managed to rush down. Why did that? Oh, because that was the ground floor. So they managed to get out, and basically at this point, the tower just crumbles. Absolutely crumbles into dust. And then as their magic fades, their holy bulwark fades, it protects them from, you know, falling rubble and whatnot. I think at this point, is it going to be here? Yeah, it's going to be here. At this point, they notice that there are a bunch of humanoid creatures that are hissing at each other, sort of speaking with a lot of S's at each other. And you know, some of them are hunched over and hunched back, and they're in the distance, and they're attempting to they were approaching the tower, and they're coming out of this swamp area. And then at that point, I think what also happens, let's see. I think we're going to see from this side to, why are those so much smaller? The young girl from the camp, Tal, shows up, or not Tal, Net, shows up, and with a companion of some companion who's wearing, some sort of mystic robes, magic, and this mystic, casts, summons a whole bunch of fire, basically a wall of fire, to block the way. And I think at that point that they're going to just go ahead and they're going to try to retreat, and retreat to camp. So the question is, what happens next? Do they manage to get? They wouldn't go back to camp, I don't think, because that's a dangerous area. Well, let's go ahead and since they're blocked off, let's go ahead and do a round or two of combat and just sort of see what happens. So we'll start with Rot. Rot's up first. Rot charges over. Charges over and jumps on top and does some damage. It's 6 plus 2. So plus 2 and 6. So 5, 6, 7. And let's see who's up next. Next up is Ire. Let's do daggers. That's a natural 20. So we're gonna do 6 No additional of that, but then we're going to add a 12. Okay, so 3 plus 4. And then, let's see. Knit is fine. Knit is going to cast, try and recast Holy Bulwark on Rot. And that's a 14, so that's a success. So Rot now has Holy Bulwark as well as the Divine Shield. And then let's go ahead with Ick. Ick will use a sling and try to do damage from a distance with +6 on Dex. That was certainly healthy, a healthy bit of damage. Let's do weapons damage is only a 1. So where are we at? We're at, so that's 10. That's 1 heart of damage. Oops. God damn it. Okay, so let's do 5. That's 1 heart of damage. And I don't know. I lost track already. So let's go ahead and do that. So that's almost 2 hearts of damage. Ick is going to... I totally lost track already. We're going to say Ick went. I think that and then this mob is going to try to attack Rot. And they miss. They don't even manage to hit Rot. Let's go ahead and go to the top. Rot is going to try to do physical attack. Is a 7. That is not a success. So then let's go ahead and go with Ire with the dagger. 11 plus 3, that is a success. So let's go ahead and roll weapons damage. So that's a full 5. And then who's up? Ick is up next. So we'll do Ick next. And Ick with her sling. 17, that's definitely going to be a successful hit. Let's see how much damage. So another 3. And then it would be Knit up, but then that's actually, we're going to have, let me try and remind myself. Yeah, she doesn't really have any distance. Well, no, she could do, sure, throw a dagger. So Net, the girl from the camp, she's going to go ahead and, you know, sort of approach and throw a dagger. Is a 9. That is not a success. So she throws a dagger and it misses. But then we're going to have... oh, it's not even that. Who is this guy? What does this person have? I think she's gonna produce fire again. So she's gonna create actually a whole second wall of fire. Maybe not. Here, let's. Yeah, it'll be like a V. Leaving room for them to escape out the back. Let's do a morale check here really quick. That's a 5. That's a total fail, with 2.5 hearts of damage, and a failed morale check. I think that whatever these creatures are, they're gonna give up. They're gonna make a run for it. Rot's gonna take an attack of opportunity, I think, because they're running away. That's a 17, so that's definitely a success. Let's go ahead and just roll. Yeah, so that's going to be like a full third heart. Several of them are now, falling damaged and dying, bleeding out, while the rest of them flee. So they're gone. They've run away. Rot would go ahead and then retreat back. I think then this whole party are going to retreat out of here, and they'll probably go back. Did I mention? Yeah. So I mean, I guess at this point, if I didn't already mention it, while that fight was happening, that the tower is completely destroyed. It didn't just, sort of crumble and move as it was moving and stuff. It is gone. It's fallen completely down. Whatever magic was holding it together, probably with what's his that one guy dispelling his ancestor, whatever was holding the tower together, dissipated as well, and it's flat. It's gone. There's nothing left. So I think that they're going to go ahead and head off now to probably that camp. They'll go back to this clearing and just sort of sort out what's going on, have a conversation with Net, and get introduced to Orr, who's the magic user, and I think that she actually, what she says, she's actually got that mob of creatures, they retreated into the water, so they were definitely afraid of the fire. But I think that she happens to have the ability to, she explains that she's got the ability to breathe water. She's going to go and follow, now that everybody's safe, she's going to follow those creatures and make sure that, if they try to, come back and ambush anybody, ambush the party. But she's going to try and find out, maybe either watch them while they're doing that to make sure that they don't do that, or, try and find out where they came from. And so she rushes off back to the area where the tower was, and is gonna go in the water and try and track those people. And they as they're parting, they say, okay, meet us at this tavern, come to the city and meet us when we get there. And then I think Net basically is, this was too much excitement, so she's definitely in for it, for the ride. I think she's gonna, offer to stick with the party. Excuse me. And so they're gonna go ahead, and I think all of the rest of them are going to maybe camp out and just sort of rest. They don't really need to recover. They're fine. So I think what they're going to do now is they're going to escort Lady Rana back to the city. And they're gonna go back through the swamp, back through back trying to get to the basic, the good soil, good solid land, and then travel on the road back to the town, and I think that they reach the outpost, and so they basically hit the outskirts of town, and I think what happens is that they get into the city, and agree that they'll escort Lady Rana to the estate, and she disperses the reward that she, she agreed. They're gonna look at what this stuff is, and as they as they split it out, there's this huge diamond, but it's like slimy. It's got some sort of goo and gunk on it, and it's like dripping goo. And then the other stuff that they've got is they've got some rubies and some sort of cryptic map, not to the tower, but some other kind of map that they can't quite identify. It has some markings like it has some relations to the city, but it's not entirely clear what it is. So they're gonna, maybe try and investigate that in a while. But so they've gotten their reward from Lady Rana, and they're gonna and the stuff. And Lady Rana thanks them for bringing them back and apologizes. It was business, and also family business. But thank you for your help, and I won't forget, although you've been rewarded, so you should be pretty well satisfied. And so then Lady Rana leaves the group. And I think probably they head to the tavern. Which is where they where they set off from. I think that their new friend. No, okay, I'm not missing. God, for some reason I lost count there for a second. So anyhow, yeah. So that's 5, and so the 6 of them, end up meeting up at the tavern, and Orr basically explains, they went basically in the direction of the city, but they went into deep water, and I just couldn't track them any further than that. But they were headed towards the city, so we may not be done with them, but at least they didn't try to ambush you guys on the way back. And I think that they agree that teaming up, new members of the team were definitely a success in that final battle. And I think what they then try to do is they want to try and figure out how to spend that money, keep it safe, and then spend it. But that's pretty much the completion of that adventure that they were trying to, they've started out with. And so we'll just have to find out what happens next after they reach back to the city with a bunch of wealth, and we'll see what they come up with next. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next set of adventures with these guys. It's actually still going to be the Horde of Haghu, so it'll continue on. But that was the sort of the ending of this part of it. This one chapter in the overall module for the old Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and so we'll have to check out the next couple chapters and see where we go from there. But thanks for watching, and I'll hope to see you here next time.